Good day to all and sundry. My name is Samuel. With me is Nathaniel, Emmanuel, and Gideon. With our group, we'll be looking at the critical evaluation on the impact of globalization to the adoption of lean production in global service organization in the case study of DHL as a company. Now, our presentation comes in this structure. First of all, we'll be looking at the introduction itself, the types of ways that has been identified by Lean in ensuring that the company is able to achieve success. Thirdly, we'll be looking at DHL and Lean, their relevance to each other, Lean's adoption at DHL, the main strategies DHL derive from Lean's methods, Lean and environmental sustainability at DHL, the common challenges Lean faced with regards to the mitigation strategies they employed at DHL, talk about our conclusion, and therefore or definitely make some recommendations. Now, to start with, when we talk about a lean business, we are talking about or we are looking at a business or a company that exists to maximize value and reduces waste. In another regard, or a lean enterprise, we are looking at a business that focuses on customer satisfaction by reducing waste. This model believes that as a company, in order to be successful, in order to have a very good and smooth sale as a company, you need to reduce waste, being internal or external. Moving forward, we'll be able to look at some of these types of waste that has been identified by Lean. But before we do so, let's look at the origination of Lean. It was pioneered by Taichi Ono in the Toyota production system, which led them to discover the three vital inefficiencies, which has to do with the waste, the unevenness, and the overburden. In the other sense, we are looking at the Muda, Mura, and Muri. Now, let's digest the key principles or the 5 key lean principles. Now, the first one has to do with value. By value, they mean identifying and creating products or services that add values to a client's objectives just by ensuring that the satisfaction of the customer is met without going beyond the customer satisfaction. It is important that as a company, you are able to create value to be able to achieve the objectives of your customer without going beyond it. Now, let's look at value stream. Value stream, it also facilitates identifying the vital steps for efficient production or service workflow and also unnecessary steps that result in waste by optimizing workflow through eliminating long value steps and create a very good stream or a stream with value. Now, the next type of principle has to do with flow. By flow, they mean that you have to eliminate the workflow that potentially cause interruption, backflow, delay, or distraction as a company. Obviously, these things will not help a company achieve the success that they aim to achieve. And with flow, you also have to create efficient steps without these negative effects to form a very successful flow or achieve a certain level of value with your production. Now, moving on to the next principle, which is pull. It is talking about the fact that as a company, you need to supply only upon demand. Supplying in excess of these products will only result in waste. Therefore, when a product or if you are running a company and the goods and services that you are rendering to your customers, you are rendering to consumers, is not being demanded high enough, there's no need for you to supply. Other than that, it will create waste. That is that on pull. Now, looking at the last key principle, which has to do with perfection, that even though as human beings we still strive for perfection, it is important that as companies you must also strive for perfection by continuously removing those successive layers of waste as they are uncovered. So as a company, in order to strive for perfection, when you identify waste, you need to do away with those layers of waste. You need to create a solution for those waste. It doesn't have to pile up. With all these things, create inefficiencies for the company's success or the company's development. Now let's move on to the 7th type of waste, which has been identified by Lean, as I said earlier in the introduction part, before coming to the origination and all that. Now, talking about the seven types of waste that has been identified by Lean, we can first talk about transport. I am coming from Ghana. As a country, we produce cocoa to several parts of the world. It is important that before you move the cocoa product to, let's say, the UK, you add value to these products By adding value to these products, you don't create, by adding value to these products without creating value for it, results in waste. So if you are transporting products to this cocoa to the UK, there should be some value addition to that product. Other than that, it will be a waste. Inventory, where you have to, let's say you are running a restaurant business and there's a particular item on the menu that has not been ordered for a long time, and you still keep, requesting for some of these products from facilities, keeping them without people ordering for it creates a level of waste in your storage room. So motion, which has to do with on the part of the workers and also the machinery in factories, will create a level of waste if there is too much movement, because the level of energy that they are wasting on this movement, that energy could be used in achieving a certain level of success for the company. Waiting on the part of customers or waiting on the part of goods to be delivered to your consumers could create a level of waste. So as soon as possible, you have to try and find a very important or common ground to be able to do away with waste. Now, overproduction, where as a company you are not producing on demand, but you are producing without any level of demand, creates a level of waste as well. Because if I'm running a chocolate and there's no demand for it, but I keep on producing, it will lead to overproduction. Therefore, creating so many waste because there are no a lot of people are not ordering for these chocolates, which will lead to waste and over processing, which goes a bit hand in hand with overproduction, where you are processing more than your consumers are requesting for. There is no, it results for poor tool or product design by creating activity. It doesn't render or lead to the success of a business. And the last of which has to do with the defects, which also look at the effort involved in inspecting for and fixing these defects. As you've noticed all of it, you have to fix those, faults that you've noticed, which will lead to a successful company. And these are the 7 types of ways that has been identified by Lean in ensuring that a company achieves success. Thank you so much. I'll now hand over to my colleague, Gideon.
Okay, I'll be talking about DHL and the adoption of Lean to DHL. Now, the DHL Group is the world's leading logistic company, present in over 220 countries, connecting people and materials. Now, the DHL Group also aspires to be the first choice, the first contact for customers, employees, investors, and the green logistics worldwide. They also aim to achieve in net zero emission logistic by the year 2050. Also, the DHL Group offers a comprehensive range of parcel, express, and from freight transport, and also the e-commerce logistics solution as well. Now, talking about the Lean's adoption to DHL, Lean has to do with the maximization of value and the minimization of waste. Now, DHL implemented the implemented or adopted the lean in order to enhance their delivery and also help delivery timing and their operation as well. Now we'll be talking about the key areas in which DHL applied the lean. Firstly is their warehouse operation. What they did in the warehouse is to introduce cross docking. Cross docking has to do with the offloading, or we say unloading goods from an inbound vehicle and loading them into an outbound vehicle without creating space in them. Another sector which they applied the lane is also the transportation management. In this sector, they created a software which would help them reroute their movements to make it easier for goods to be delivered. And lastly is the customer service, which helped the DHL to provide solutions to to customers' complaints. Now, talking about the benefits of the adaptation of lean in DHL. Firstly, is the time saving. The lean helps DHL in time saving and fast delivery. Another is also optimization of their goods, which we can talk about the fuel. It helps them save fuel. And lastly is also efficiency. We can say it helps operate more effectively by reducing both extra personal movements and waiting time throughout distribution centers. Thank you. I'll be handing over to my colleague Nathaniel to take over from there.
I would like to explain the strategies DHL derives from lean methods. One, DHL setup delivery network routes that reduce waste and transportation costs and environmental effects while boosting their delivery speed. Implementation. The implementation of cross-docking methods enable DHL to remove storage cost by moving their inventory directly through inbound and outbound distributions processes. Through AI-based routes, DHL uses the best software to give the best and quick delivery paths. Benefits: fuel savings and lowering carbon emissions, faster and deliveries with minimal problem. 2. DHL First Choice Program. What is it? First Choice Program serves DHL Lean Six Sigma program focused on enhancing logistics performance. How it works: the logistical hubs apply value stream mapping to find operational blockages while streamlining other processes systems. Goals and benefits. Lean methodologies is used by top companies worldwide and is more than a set of tools. And those who aim to follow Lean are looking to do more with less resources, less time, less space to deliver exactly what the customers want. And I would also like to explain the Lean sustainability and environmental at DHL. These are the benefits Lean contributes to DHL. Lowering the work expenses with environmental footprint reduction. The Go Green of DHL got support from Lean methodologies which prevent energy and waste reduction for lower carbon footprints. DHL also gained a quality boost of the best routes and fleet deployment that aid its 37.6%. Thank you. I would like to move the next slide to my colleague, Emmanuel.
I'm here to talk about common challenges to Lean and mitigation strategies at DHL. The common challenges associated with Lean are as follows. Employees' resistance to change. What this means, in other words, is that people always resist change. DHL staffs are no exception. However, DHL uses training and rewards to those staffs who show success to learn principle to mitigate this challenge. Another common challenge to Lean is high implementation costs. That is, the cost of implementation of Lean is high. Here, the company uses Lean technique that focuses on elimination of waste to reduce operational costs. The company also forms alliances with public sectors and industry to help them in identifying profitable projects to mitigate high operational costs, thereby reducing operational costs in the process. The third of the common challenge to Lean at DHL has to do with supply chain disruption and the risk associated with just in time. In other words, what this means is that DHL operates with minimal inventory management in just-in-time systems that makes it vulnerable to shocks. Here, DHL applies a combination of strategies like buffer stocks, AI predictive systems, and multiple suppliers that enhance reliability, thereby mitigating this challenge. In conclusion, Lean implementation at DHL has led to efficiency, better service delivery, and sustainability. We recommend that the company deepen both Lean cultural retention and staff interaction. Also, the company should build more on its green sustainable approach by adding more electric vehicles. to its fleet to reduce environmental emissions. Thank you.